All
Hello.
right, all right. Hello, everybody. Dave Weigel, Family Court Fraud Warrior Project. Uh, Here with a special guest. I can't see you. Let me do it that way. Yeah, that's better. Um, Sandra, how are you, baby?
Hi. I'm very emotional
Are you?
having to look at all of that again. Yeah. And it
What
just
do you,
creates a lot of wreckage. A lot of wreckage makes me very emotional.
you mean um, the people crying on our page?
Well, that also, but I had to go back through all of my photos and videos and give them to the staff, and it just brought up a lot of wreckage.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pain.
yeah. I'm really sorry about it. The idea is that you're doing it for the last time, right? To set the record straight once and for all. And please excuse me. I'm having a terrible spinal stenosis event. Um, my uh, my vertebrae in my neck, because I was an asshole, played college football, and I decided I was going to be the psychopath that ran down the middle of the field and ran into 900 pounds of man running at me full speed. And and my doctor was like, "Yeah, you've been in like the equivalent of like 55 car crashes." So I'm out here in Europe right now getting uh, stem cell treatment.
I
Uh,
saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
yeah,
Portugal.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
deal.
Um, i- i- Portugal is an interesting place. I try to give them compliments. I say, as a New Yorker, I like you people over here because you're nice, but you're not too nice, and the smart ones get it, and the dumb ones don't. But it's okay. Um, can you just help everybody understand your story a little bit? Um, mm, just 10,000 feet.
Um, well, I could start back at 1995 or 1983. The lawyer that was my criminal lawyer in Houston, Deborah Gottlieb, that was 83. She jumped into the family court in another county, Fort Bend County, and got behind the bench in the little kangaroo court with like one person in the pew and took my children. I think that was the
What
like
year?
the and the year she actually took my children with no one around other than my mother's appointed indigent lawyer was
Yes,
1998. And she was
1998.
also my criminal. Yeah, she was my criminal lawyer in 83, but the tears were hitting my feet so hard, all I
Dude,
could see was her
what the hell do
nameplate.
you need a criminal lawyer for?
I had a DWI
Oh, you and
in
fucking half of the world.
in 83. I was a travel agent. I worked for a
Dude, in
wholesale travel
83,
company.
drinking and driving was a sport.
Yeah, I was drinking with my manager of my company.
I wonder.
The whole
I wonder if Amy is connected here. Do they still have drive-in daiquiri places in
Yeah,
Louisiana?
they
Like,
have them here.
you gotta love
Drive
Louisiana. You talk about freaking like bypassing a law, right? Drive-in daiquiri places. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it when I was down there. I did an exchange in my college. I paid my homeschool's tuition and I went to LSU for one semester. It was the spring semester after Shaq left, and oh god, it was funny. I got off the plane with my like leather jacket on, looking like my cousin Vinny. right? And they're like, "Oh, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Um, and I didn't really learn from there. Um, I had a great time. Tigerland. Um, and you're from where, baby?
I'm from Houston, born and raised,
That's
the
not
big
that far.
city.
That's not that far.
Yeah.
What is Texas like? It's to me, it seems like a different country.
It's just a lot of flat land. I'm in South Texas, so it's a lot of Hispanic, about 150 miles from the border.
Uh huh.
Most of the jobs are bilingual. It's really, it's very troubling. It could be very dangerous. So,
But
Courtney,
if you notice, the Mexicans from like that go to the West Coast to LA and like California versus the ones that come up to New York are almost a completely different culture. Um,
yeah,
I love the Mexicans. They shut up. They never sit there and like, make a big scene like, "Hey, look at me." You know, they come in doing the shit jobs that like nobody wants. Um, and you know,
true.
I wish I wish they had a little better fucking sense of humor because like I try to like fuck with them in like the elevators and be like, mess with them a little bit and like zero, just zero, zero. That's my only complaint about the Mexicans. They should have a better sense of humor.
Mm.
Um, how how hard was it for you to go through all your old stuff?
Oh my God, it's devastating. It brought me back in all my emotional wreckage, and I think of the women on here and their stories about how they buy gifts for their children, but they just have to pack them in the closet because they don't know, but you go shopping and you buy presents for your children, or like I just recently bought hygienes, and I'm like, wonder if she'll ever get them. I take them over there, I mark them, but everything disappears. I mean, like, I was going through the pictures of when Darla was burned severely and in the hospital. And
From what?
she was burned. Well, they said in Rosenberg, Texas, that she got into a hot tub of water, which was a lie. I mean, like, my thinking is not even a dog would get into a scalding hot tub of water. Um, it's a
Right.
chemical burn. I have the pictures. The pictures were hidden from me. Um, I got here in 2011 in Corpus Christi, and it happened in 2009.
Yeah.
Um, and I didn't even see the pictures. Oh my God. I didn't see the pictures until 2011 when I took my niece's camera out of her vehicle and started going through it. And I found those pictures of my daughter from 2 years prior. That's the hate of my family. The hate. Oh, there it is again. Yeah. And I have to think
Yeah,
of what my daughter.
it's everybody's family though, right? It's
Yeah.
everybody's like the weird thing that we discovered in our polling questions was um nothing of the 150 questions that we asked was so telling as the question of did you suffer a broken bond between a formerly close family member, you know and you, and 100% of the time.
All of them. And to this day, uh, my mother was with us yesterday. She's 97. She created this, she started this. The family was never supportive, they were always distant.
Oh,
Um, I don't even want to. I just don't even want to really be in her presence. I mean, I have nothing to say. I said, give me back my daughter. And my sister laughs at me like, "Oh, I'm supposed to give you back your daughter?" Well, really?
But but I mean, it's so bizarre, right? Like common sense would tell you that, like, oh my God, if there's a family member who's had their children stolen, right, you'd have their back, right? But
Right.
somehow, strangely, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean, I was a horrible human being to be around, um, during that time period, because you just couldn't not talk about what was going on, especially amongst family, right? Like I would see my family like every 2 weeks or whatever, and I'd go down there, and my sister told me, she's like, Dave, she's like, you bring such heavy, heavy, heavy negativity into the room, and I'm like, I know. What am I supposed to do? I mean, it's my life. Your family, fuck off. Uh,
Yeah.
you know. But the weirdest part about it is that if you interviewed any one of the people that had a broken bond with their family member, if you asked the target person, you'd say, "Why don't you talk to so and so?" And they would talk about so and so. You ask so and so, that they tell you about that other person. Um, but the reality is the only common denominator amongst all of this is the system. Is the system, right? Like, how could you be the reason why I don't talk to my sisters? Duh, right? Duh. There's only one common denominator, and that is the system. And I hope a lot of people hear that and see that, because I think that would give a lot of people reason to just pick up the phone and just mend ways. There's been so much family destruction. You know, um, uh,
I've thought about that, Dave, mending the ways, and I've tried to be the sister, you know, having 30 years of my life with my children stolen from me, and then having several hundreds of thousands stolen from me, my inheritance, my daughter's social security, my daughter's trust fund. Yeah, almost a half a million if I could really add it up. And and then they want to laugh at me and they're spending my daughter's money. So,
mhm.
yeah, I can't have a relationship with them. It's done. I was near my mother yesterday at 97 years old, and I do love her. But there's just no
Yeah. I
relationship
mean,
there.
the weird part about it is that I just flew my kids to Dominican Republic, like my dad, after me making him all this money on Wall Street over the years. He thinks he's a retired investment banker. No, my dad busted his ass. He saved like a mother, and he was a good investor. He was good. Um, but I did make him a shitload of money. And So now he's 81-ish, right? So like now, like he wants to, like, take the whole family on family trips and stuff like that. So the whole family's in DR in Dominican Republic right now. But I told him I can't. I can't fly right now. I mean, I don't know, you know. Um, Plus my spinal stenosis. Um, and It's a shame. It's a shame. Like, I was like really, really, really close with my sisters and brother growing up. Like, really, really close. Like, that's what we were known as. Like, in our town, we were known as, like, oh, the Weigels, that family. Like, they're so, 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 so tight. And that's what the severity of this system does. You know. when it reaches the point of utter torture, um, there's all these offshoots. You know, there's all these offshoots of repercussions. Um, by the way, I love Kristen's video that ends on you giving the finger.
I was like, oh my gosh, she got that one. Yeah, I love it too. That is for Tiffany Yar. I couldn't say thank you. Everybody's saying thank you. I'm like, nah, it doesn't fit.
You're awesome, Sandra.
That's Cindy saying you're
Thank
awesome.
you.
Cindy.
I love you too, Cindy. I see what Olga's writing here about the sibling scapegoat or comply with the strict whatever. Yeah, I've
No.
been the scapegoat. I have been the scapegoat all my life. I am the youngest of the family.
But it's 100%, Sandra. It's 100% of people that answered the questions, like in our community. 100% had a broken bond between formerly close family members. 100%. Like, and when it's 100%, like you have to look at what that means. You know, that means a duck is a dog. You know what I mean? It's a different thing. And it's such a shame because, well, I think the situation with my family is that they can't admit that they got something this big, this wrong, because their whole, you know, their whole logic was, Dave, we're 6 people, you're 1, all right, and we all believe that you're guilty, not guilty, but you know what I mean, that they're right. So now that they've seen this movement, emerge, I sent an email the other day. I was like, well, by your logic, now we're up to like 21,000 to your 6. So, like, what does that mean? You know, um, it didn't get anywhere, and I wish it would, because I love my family. They're wonderful people. They're good people. They're good people. You know, they're good people. Um, it, I don't blame them. I mean, they always knew I was crazy. You know, wild, and all of a sudden you see me getting arrested over and over and over again. In the system. I mean, why are you not going to believe that that's true, right?
Yeah, there was abandonment issues ever since I was a child growing up. There was emotional, just I forget how they say that, but yeah, I mean, ever since I was a child, they owned bars. My parents owned bars, and so that's where I had my weekends. We didn't do girlfriends, and family was going to bars, and of course my parents owned the bar, so um,
That doesn't sound.
that was our association. Yeah, it wasn't it
Did they
wasn't
use
a
it?
real
Did they use it against you?
uh it was all about mother. It was mostly mother's time. When school was out and the weekends come, it was mother's time. We didn't go as ballerinas or uh, what children would do, Girl Scouts, baseball, softball. Most of my girlfriends were from school were Girl Scouts, softball, but I was at the bar. So I don't hold it
Nice.
against them. I don't hold it against them really. But it's taken me a long time to realize what really happened. The emotional disconnection of my mother.
So,
Mm,
what made you get like active in this community?
I saw you and I saw your story and I saw this man in Manhattan and a Wall Street fighting for his children. And I said, damn, this is the place to be. How could I even imagine a man, fiduciary of Wall Street, 14 years of torment in the court system? And it just, I mean, like, there's nothing like it. There's really,
Well, they let me know early on your money or your kids. Your money or your kids.
and they'll take them both and whatever else they want. That's obvious.
Yeah.
Looking at Courtney Brooks and the mansions, the homes that she has down in Cameron County that they took. Looking at Bryce Chapman.
Is it Bryce Chapman? But other there's a million stories of oh, what's her name? My girl from freaking Jersey. What's her name? I'm having a brain fart. They almost made her Isabel Reyes. They almost made her homeless. Like the amount of,
Yeah.
and it's weird because like I get these IMs all the time from these losers that are just like, they're like, you're so cringeworthy. Oh, you're so cheesy. You're here to like, stand up for all the mother. Like, I never set out to have 80% of this group be women. All right. I automatically actually
Exactly.
assumed that testosterone and dickness would like automatically, attract more men than women. But I do love being the older brother who rolls into town to take care of his sisters.
You would think
I mean,
it would bring us all together. That's what
you'd,
we need.
you'd think. That's the weirdest part about this whole thing. Like my whole plan, 15,000 hours I put into it. The original part of the Warrior Project plan was, okay, just reunite. I mean, the very first podcast that I ever did, it was hilarious. It was this. What the hell's going on here? It was this guy in England who. It's okay. He did the podcast from his bed. Right. From his bed. Like I didn't know shit. Like I was accepting anything. Like, oh, you want to bring me on a podcast? Okay, great. Right. But the thing is, he came in and he couldn't find us. So he did a search of family court groups on Facebook. And at that time there were 390 Facebook groups. Now I think there's over 2,000. We know why it is, right? It's the complex PTSD. When they steal your children, it says, the yin to the yang is no.
It was
You listen
it
to
was
me. You
it was
listen
so
to me.
traumatizing when I stood there and tears were hitting my toes. In your child, you're said, I'll give you something to cry about. Stop, I never really cried, never, ever really cried. And that day, those tears were just falling and hitting my toes. But I remembered to look at that nameplate and I was so traumatized. It took me 2 years to put that nameplate into my memory and realize that bitch was my lawyer in 1983. How about that? I'm like, oh, okay, this is criminal.
Like we said, people, you do not understand. The most dangerous person in the family court is your own attorney. Because you look at this person and you look in their eyes and you say, please help me, my children.
You think they are?
You're fighting for my children. And if you're from somewhat of a regulated world like I am, right, you just don't believe that they could
That's not their job to hurt you. Yeah.
No, that's not the business model. That's
I'm
not
on my
how they.
third lawyer. I'm on my third lawyer here in 14 years. Yeah.
So
And he's been waiting.
So I started getting doing consulting work with Jill Weiss, who's this narcissist abuse coach. She's got really brilliant stuff out there. I couldn't believe I was such a newbie. I didn't know anything about YouTube or whatever. Like I found her email, and I got in touch with her, and she agreed to see me. As a whatever patient or whatever, like consultant or whatever. And she says to me, she says, Dave, she says, most people go pro se because they run out of money, but you're in a different situation. But I have to tell you, the only time I've ever seen anything good happen, is when people have been pro se.
I suppose, yeah.
And
she
now,
demanded I get a lawyer. The court guardian, Rosavala, demanded that I get a lawyer. I was filing my own paperwork. And Rosavala Terenzio said I needed to get a lawyer. I said, well, blah, blah, blah. Get a lawyer, blah, 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 get a lawyer. I mean, she repeated it like 4 times.
Against the law, right? Why do they tell you to get a lawyer, right? Because the lawyer is on the inside, right? If you go up there, you're going to put on the record, well, they used to care. I think a lot of things have changed in the last 6 months. I think the system has realized that the FBI are faggots, and they will never show up. They will absolutely never, ever, ever show. And when I say that, okay, listen, human language evolves, okay? Gay does not mean what it used to mean in 1910 or whatever, and neither does the word that I just used, okay? I live in New York City. A third of my friends are gay. We goof on each other constantly and call each other these names all the time, and they know, when I say that, I'm not talking about a homosexual. It has nothing to do with being homosexual. It has to do with these heathens. Like, it's just like we live in this country. Like, how do these people look in the mirror? Sandra, how do they look in the mirror?
There's a portion in the Bible, not to get religious on everyone, but it says the wicked shall not sleep until they've done someone evil. And my mother sleeps pretty damn good.
That's funny. Yeah, no. Assholes live forever.
Yeah.
Assholes will go to 120 years old. Like, it's just like, oh my God, like your whole existence has been a net negative on life. Like, why are you still living? Anyway.
They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear about my daughter. They don't want to hear about the medications. It's like never invited me to the.
No, if there's a thing you could do different, going back, right? For the newcomers that are here, that are new in the system, like after all these years that you've learned, right? Is there anything you do different?
I really don't know how to answer that because the one that I gave the children to or had the children by, I mean, I love my children, you know, and as much of an asshole as he was, that you are too, we love the man. We still love the person that we gave the children to. That love never dies.
I know.
Not,
I tell Cindy all the time. I was like, I'm so in love with you, but I really don't like you as a person.
yeah.
Well, there's a shoe coming. Don't no. Leave the
Sit.
fuck. Leave the shoe alone. Stop it. Stop.
Oh, I'm such a terrible thrower tonight.
Thank God you suck at throwing. Oh,
So anyway, I'm supposed to go back to court. He said August 2026, Randy Flores. But also he said we were going to court in April. I hired him January of 2025. So it's been a year and a half. He wants more money. I said, I can't give you no more money. I don't have any more money. You were to, you haven't even taken me into court and you've typed up a set of papers. And him and the ad litem went to court, said that the judge wanted just the attorneys. And that was April. I'm like, I've already paid you and you haven't even gotten me into court yet. So yeah, that's my judge, Timothy McCoy. He told me that I needed to get along with my sister, which is the guardian, which has embezzled over $50,000 from the trust fund, and also let my daughter be pharmaceutically polydrugged till she can't even count to 2. And that's the judge that tells me I need to get along with her. I'm like, who made him a fucking psychiatrist?
do they have elected judges in Texas?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, how can you combine those two worlds? When you elect people, they owe favors. So they get
Yeah.
into court. How are they supposed to be impartial? And we just accept it.
He just had a big barbecue or fish fry a couple weeks ago with one of the attorneys here that was the DA that got ousted because he was letting people go with really bad guilty verdicts of murder. I mean, confessed guilty murder. He was letting them go.
When you have the largest regulatory fraud of all times, the Bar Association, right? They provide this town without a police force, right? Judges and attorneys can do anything they want. The only thing that hurts them is this, what we're doing right now.
I believe it. It has to have some sort of impact.
It's just, how long have you been without your kids?
I've been doing this since 1998, and I had weekend visitations where my mother decided that I wasn't allowed at the house, and this has gone on so many years, fighting with my mother just to be with my daughter, being allowed to visit for 3 hours at mother's house with my daughter, and then being abused, having the police called on me, blah, blah, blah.
You hate to make this like a generational thing, but there are certain norms and fundamentals involved. And I'm sorry, but your mother's generation was a lot of stay-at-home moms, which that's what my mom was. I love. She was a captain, of the whole family. She managed all the money. She managed, everything. But there are a lot of housewives that are just bored bitches, right? And they're bored. They're bored.
My dad said to me, and he's been gone for over 20 years, and I was his little girl, right? The baby in the family. And it must have been a catch to it. It must have been something to do with mother. And because it was always a jealousy factor. And I know that
Right,
narcissistic and all, but my
right.
dad said to me, he said, Sandra, your mother's sick. And I like freaked out. I'm like, what do you mean she's sick? Cancer? And he said, she'll tell you. And I've thought of that for 25 years now. And I think he meant my mother's really mentally ill. I think that's what he meant.
Of course he did.
It just goes for the phase. I mean, like she has love and care for everyone else, but me.
But
And
but but think of the importance that she just granted herself, right? All of a sudden, she's like this older woman, right? That's just married to a guy. You're done raising your kids. You're not a part of PTA anymore. You're not a part of anything anymore. Now,
never
all of us,
was. She never went to school. She never went to one damn meeting at the school. Nothing. She was never involved. She was emotionally detached. Yeah. So
she
I'm a pain
sounds
in your neck.
she sounds no, I have spinal stenosis.
I
It's
know.
believe me, Sandra, I got a lot of pain in
Yeah.
my necks. You're not one of them.
Yeah.
You're not one of them.
Sometimes people come around, I get a pain in my neck. But I
Oh,
did 8
oh
years
God,
of
this
therapy.
this jerk off Josh Donati, right? Like I can't believe it. Like Kate lays out this most beautiful thing, this brave thing, you know, and these losers out there that are just looking to take from anyone anywhere. He actually called me. This loser actually called me.
Awesome.
I went off on this loser. I was like, oh no. If you want to do a podcast, we'll do a podcast. I was like, but you are the lowest form of human life. You need to go to the nearest bridge and jump the fuck off because
That baby is suffering.
your existence on this planet is a net negative. Like the level of like who does he think he's going to intellectually spar with me, Sandra? Right?
Yeah, right.
I hate to call out the obvious, but the thing is that um, we're very, very, very close to breaking this wide open for everybody.
I hope so.
I'm telling you, we are very, very, very close.
They were taking 20,000 children a year in Texas. 20,000 a year. It was like a quota that had to continue. And then they dropped it down 50% to 10,000 a year. What the hell does that say?
Dude,
And that's
Sandra,
just Texas.
Sandra, we have the secret video that proves murder in Bryce Kaplan's case.
Oh, yeah.
Murder. Okay, murder. Like you can't even count the number of things that are ridiculously illegal. They moved the auction from where it was published. They
They were
published it.
laughing.
They published
They
it in
were
a newspaper.
laughing. Yeah.
They published it in a
Oh,
newspaper with circulation of 300. and the town had 3,000 people in it. Okay. Like they're throwing this in the FBI's face. FBI, you are the most disgusting, treasonous pieces of shit to ever walk the earth. And I know why. Because you're bar card holders. You're bar card holders. And guess what? We just proved that the bar is the largest regulatory fraud of all times. So your bar card is now equivalent to a KKK hat. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? All right. Look at this beautiful woman over here. Look at this beautiful woman. She had her children stolen on your watch. On your fucking watch. On your watch. It makes me I want to take a shower. Like I feel filthy as a human being. Like not even America. Like I'm over here in Europe, and I'm honestly, everybody that I talk to in Europe, they get it because their fathers and their grandfathers, they have stories of Stalin and Mussolini and Hitler and all of that. They get it. They get it. Americans, things have been too good for too long. Too good for too long. And then now they come out with this social media thing. Like, oh my God, if 3 people watch me do a video, I'm a celebrity. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, I hate this. I don't want to do this. Right? I don't.
Understood.
I don't want, Sandra, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Right? Like
But I thank you. We all thank you.
I don't want to thank you. I just
All the
believe,
torment
baby. I just
that
I grew up.
you hear. Yeah.
I grew up in a town where you do the right thing and you don't get a fucking gold star for it. Okay?
Right.
You just do the right thing. And if you don't do the right thing, you get your ass beaten. And I wish we can go back to that.
Dave, I just found where Empower, a financial corporation, is handling the foster placement adoptions of 9 counties in Texas up around Dallas.
Okay.
And I looked it up, and I think it's a financial corporation, which now they've gotten over $280 billion, and that's just
Yeah,
9 counties.
They're just a retail shit show. Yeah.
But they've now broken up, and now there is 2 other corporations doing that. That's just 9 counties and $280 billion with CPS. So our government's not even handling the CPS cases where our children are going. This is by another.
Listen, no matter what, Sandra, no matter what, okay, whether this international court thing works for us or not, the thing about the truth and transparency machine that we've built, we are going to expose these CPS workers big time. Big time. Faces, names. We're going to create memes. It's public humiliation, and we're gonna like highlight and I don't mean to be rude. I mean, I went to a fairly high level schooling and stuff like that, but there is a psychological thing when you give an underachiever this godlike power. That equilibrium is the disaster. Is a disaster, right? You give this underachiever the ability to walk into your home and take your kid from you.
Right.
And take
So
your kid.
now my son is in the CPS data bank, and my 2-year-old grandbaby, and it was all because they were fighting. Because they were fighting, she claimed this and that. He went to jail. Domestic.
Hold on, Sandra. Hold on, Sandra. They were having
Yeah.
an argument. Holy shit! Are you kidding me? Stop the presses. Stop
Pretty
the
much.
presses. You mean they were
Pretty
having an
much.
argument?
They had an argument. He was drinking, and then she claimed this and that and this and that. I heard she had 2 black eyes and a broken nose. So I went over there to give her money, and all she had on her face was a smirk. So I did talk to my son's lawyer. He did get out. But now my grandbaby is in the fucking data bank with CPS.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which means they're getting them at some point.
It could
Unless,
be. I mean,
unless
they've
we get
moved.
them first. And let me just announce this right now. In response to the pieces of shit that retaliated against Kate, we are making you famous. Okay, you dumb middle level management. You make fucking $22,000 a year. You're fucking barely fucking employed. All right,
She didn't
and then
deserve that.
you take
She didn't
some
deserve that.
kids. I'm gonna plaster your face all over God's creation, and then we're gonna put out to everybody. Please, this is the thing about the word project, about the truth of transparency machine, about the behavioral change machine. It's really, really important that we lift up the good people. All right, that we put them on the wall of fame. I don't care how little. You see the people that we have up there: Jim Fiegel, Marion Petrie. All right, just people doing right. Okay, and then we put up the pieces of shit. All right, we put up the pieces of shit, but very, very, very important is to have the list of their victims underneath them, And one thing I'm really I'm disappointed with in this community. I mean, I know we're shadow banned and all that stuff, and I know all the jerk offs that just want to like try to steal our thunder, like the Doug Sheridans of the world, like complete freaking losers, right? It's like everyone who can't get like their own following on their own, they have to like wait till like we get like max, attention, and then come in and steal it from somebody like Kate. That's why I was like this Josh Donati, like, dude, please kill yourself. Please kill yourself. All right. Like seriously, like you have to see the email that he sent me. He's like, well, if the owner of the company was a real man, he would answer it, me directly. You're one of 22,000, you fucking loser dork. Like, why are you more special than 22,000 other victims? Right. And by the way, I'm fucking busy, by the way. And
Is Amy still here? Can she put the picture up of the psychiatrist that's polydrugging my daughter? I sent.
Amy
He's under.
Amy's on point the entire night. She's been putting up.
He's under contract with this corporation out of New Jersey that my daughter's been in since 2012.
Randall Torres.
Joseph Whitfield. So Joseph Whitfield. I think it was the last picture I sent you, Amy.
I don't see it loaded here.
That's okay.
I'm gonna talk to her.
But I got an appointment to go see him because I found out that's who was poly drugging my daughter, a second one. They keep hiding my daughter from me, but I keep finding her. So I went to him and made an appointment, because I really needed to see a psychiatrist. So I could talk to him about my daughter.
I'm so glad you said that. I
Huh?
mean, I'm so glad you said that. It's so important. I mean, us on Wall Street, like, we're like professional athletes with our brain, so we would never think of like going through life without having these coaches. But everybody else is so freaky about like, like, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Like, no, I mean, if you're on a plane with 200 people that have the flu, you get the flu. That's how the human bodies work. And like, if you go through this torture, I mean, you're going to be damaged. You're going to be damaged.
The guardian, my sister, the guardian says, "Oh, I didn't know he was your doctor." He wasn't till I found out he was Darla's. And yeah, then he got his assistant to come in the room when I was in there. And when I started to go into my purse for something, he's like, "Oh, they could have a gun in there or some crap." Yeah. Like now he
Oh,
puts me on Zoom.
you could, yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
puts me on Zoom. He doesn't want me in his office.
yeah. No. Wait, no. The people in Kentucky, Call Divine has security that follows him around everywhere because of this 140-pound white guy from Wall Street who's never committed like a violent crime in his entire life. It's sad. It's sad. But the thing is, they know our system breaks their system. Putting their faces and their names out there. Like, for example, when are you in court again, Sandra?
When am I going? Supposedly August.
What?
Supposedly this August. And Darla has a ad litem named Frank Lazarte. And I like him. I really do like the ad litem. But I don't like his paralegal, Bonnie Kohler, that he's married to.
Oh, Billy, don't kid yourself because you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to believe. You want to because it's your children. Okay. You want to believe that these are
That
good
somebody
people.
cares.
Yeah, no. Lawyers in the family court are all pieces of dog shit. Okay.
Well, they realize there's a trust
every
fund. They
single
realize
one.
there's money.
Right. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know a lot of lawyers in New York that like are real big time lawyers, corporate lawyers like that. Fine. Okay. Yes, that's a different world. But you still
Yeah.
know you operate in a town without a police force. You know the Bar Association is a criminal organization. You know it. You know it. Okay. And it's fine when you sit there and say like, we're self-regulated on Wall Street, I mean, very well too, and it can work, but the Bar Association, no, it's the opposite. The Bar Association sends a message out, no matter how bad you are, no matter what big a criminal you are, we got your back. We got your back.
Yeah, they're supposed to have. There he is.
Look at this fat head. Look at this.
That's him.
Nice fucking tie, you fucking retard. Oh my God, Jesus. You're like, if the fashion police were like running the show right now, like you'd be shot with an AK-47.
When I talked to that man, his brother was like in a mental ward and he had his brother's kids. and he was telling me that his brother's kids had ADHD. So obviously he was drugging his brother's kids, collecting money because they get more money when there's mental things, and had his brother locked up. That's what it all sounded like to me.
Like this is their business model. Like if you're a
Right.
lawyer in the family courts, your business model is this, is how do we put the kids on more drugs to make them look like that they are, special needs or something like that, to ring the register, like for them to be able to just sit there and disassociate themselves from what they're doing. Right? From what they're doing.
Right.
I hate lawyers. They're just such disgusting human beings. Like every last one of them. I have a couple of lawyer clients that I love that are, wonderful people. But even they know. They work in a dirty, dirt-filled world. Okay. And the family courts is the canary in the coal mine. All right. If we've gotten so far in America to create a cash for kids industry, create an industry about family terrorism, all right, for these fucking douchebags. And lawyers are just so dumb too. Yeah, the thing about lawyers is, see, on Wall Street, like the second you get your degree, you realize how dumb you are. You're like, oh my God, I am competing with the smartest people in the world. And lawyers, the second they get the bar exam, they've stopped listening. Right now it's all about them telling you. They're waiting to tell you what they bestow on the world. Okay, they completely stop. I told my lawyer, I was like, never in a million years will history record a lawyer as being one of the most brilliant minds of our time.
Darla was raped, Olga. Darla was raped. Darla's been raped many, many times, Olga. They cover it up. Even her room was set on fire.
All right, listen.
Her room was set on fire.
I have to bring up an uncomfortable conversation. Okay.
Yes.
The uncomfortable conversation is this, is that the reality is we have many private investigators that work with us, former, detectives, New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, elsewhere. And the reality is that this is lied about a lot.
Yeah.
It's
they don't even investigate here in Corpus Christi. Adult Protective Services, CCPD, HHS.
No, but what it does is it gives them an excuse, right?
Something to do.
An excuse, right? Like,
to get paid.
A couple of other women lied about this, so therefore we don't have to fucking investigate anything, right? And the damage done.
The child is traumatized, or the special needs is traumatized, and they can't talk about it. And then they drug them out of their mind where they can't talk about it.
So we exposed this one pig up in Ulster County called Elizabeth Faulkner. We dubbed her the Black Widow. This dumb bitch would wind up like actually like marrying her clients and divorcing them
Wow.
and then doing the same shit to them that she did to the other, like three. Like this is the thing. Here's more facts that we're going to put on the permanent public record. Today, there is a pedophile in Louisiana that got caught and convicted of having over 500 counts of kiddie porn on his computer. He's still a lawyer. The Bar Association has done shit. In Georgia, there's another guy. This guy used to pick up his girlfriend from the high school. Used to drive his car to the high school to pick up his pedophile girlfriend. He's still a lawyer. Bar Association. And the worst in a million years is this woman come visit me in New York. And people don't know what I go through. I'm not trying to like just say like, like, oh, boo-hoo me or whatever. But like this
No, the
woman
tormenting stories that you listen to, my God, that's just heart-wrenching. That's heavy.
But she showed up at my office, okay? Beautiful woman. And she brought out her phone and she showed me these pictures. I've never seen black and blues like this. On her child. The motherfucker did prison time. And the Bar Association still has him as a practicing attorney in the United States, in New York. In New York. Oh, and by the way, we're outing all of you. Okay.
I read about the ethics, and they're supposed to turn each other in. There isn't, like you said, with the fiduciaries, you have a self-regulating. Well, attorneys, when there is another one that is unethical or actually supposed to oust him, formally charge him unethically if he's not fit to practice anymore. Yeah.
And listen, I just want to say to my brothers and sisters out there in the fiduciary world, these are really solid people, right? Like everybody loves the story on Wall Street of like the scumbag, that steals money. All right, it never makes the news. The guy who treats your money like his money, right? My average client has been with me 16 years. Okay. They just removed my letters. Those fuckers. Because I didn't respect other professionals. This one bow tie freak, Andrew Friedman, he was clearly acting in the sense of supporting the Bar Association. Like he sat there, like he's investigating shit. Like the SEC investigated me 6 audits in a row because my asshole ex-wife attorney called up the SEC and said, this guy's the next Madoff, right? So like I'm one guy, right? And I've got like 35 companies connected to me and stuff like that, but I'm still one guy. I manage money for about 150 wealthy families, in the United States. And Not one complaint from a client. Got a complaint from a jerk off that we outed here. Jason Samaritano, the biggest disgusting criminal you've ever met in your entire life. This guy, he has 25 judgments against him. That means he's gone to court 25 times, and 25 times a judge has ruled that you have stolen money. So how many times has he really stolen money from people? Right. And he would target these like senior citizens where my parents lived down in the Jersey Shore. And he had like a fake, construction business or whatever like that. So I warned, the public. I said, listen, he had a little scam going on with him and his wife, who's got a forehead that starts like here. In New Jersey, there's no requirement for education whatsoever to be a paralegal. You can call yourself a paralegal. Anybody, a dog, a cat can call themselves a paralegal, right? So their scam was to come into victim communities like this and say, Sandra, don't pay all this money to these, these lawyers. Pay my wife. She knows all the forms. She knows all the forms. She knows what you need to submit. Pay her $1,000. Why? Why? Because they have 25 convictions against them. So every dollar is garnished. You know what I mean? So they have to prey on, victims and work offline. So I just basically, I outed him, and like, it's been like, oh God, 1,300 days, calling the FBI, calling the police. I'm sitting there saying, I beat up my clients, and I beat them up, and I steal their money and give them to the charity. I mean, the level of stupid is just beyond recognition. But the thing is, what we're doing here now, finally having this conversation, like we would never know each other, Sandra. We would never know each other. And here we are, and we're having the most important conversation there is to have. The most important conversation there is to have. I mean, you've been tortured for 20 years of your life.
Definitely.
And I just gotta say it. You're a fucking gangster, baby. I love you.
I am.
You're fucking gangster. You're fucking gangster.
Yeah.
You're a gangster. All right. You are badass to the bone. This thing almost killed me. Or, like when I had my kids stolen.
Yeah.
I had 7 seizures. The doctor said, get your affairs in order. We don't know why. We don't know anything. But I thanked them that day. I had a vision. I saw my kids' lives without me in it. And that was it. That was it. Boom. Didn't matter. I mean, I will say, my hedge fund is still top 0.1% in the world. Okay. But the reality is that I have given it very little attention.
Yeah.
I've got my shit down. I've spent all my time on this for the last 2 years. I've talked to all my clients. They know. They support, what I'm doing. They know. I mean, a father's job is to give your kid a better life. All the idiots out there like, oh, okay, I gotta pay college. No, right? Like that's like only part of it, right? Like what kind of world are we giving our kids right now? Sandra, you have got to be scared at the future.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I'm going back to court again. And what if they just they take her from my sister, which is family? And what if they find me in contempt because I get my daughter on Saturday? Because the guardian's allowed to let me have her. But what if they take her completely away?
Hold on one second. I want to ask you a question. Sandra Parker, do you have a criminal record?
Yes, but it's over 20 years old.
A material criminal record.
Material?
Did you chop anyone's heads off? Are you an axe murderer? Are
Aggravated assault. Aggravated assault. But I had a beautiful judge. We sometimes there's beautiful people out there. And she brought 2 aggravated assaults back to back. She brought them down to 2 misdemeanors.
I'm just picturing you. I'm picturing you in a street fight right now. Like you like in the middle of a street fight with like some brass knuckles on or something. Like
my judge was Elizabeth Coker. She's a tri-county judge in San Jacinto County, Polk County, and Walker County. Her whole family is law enforcement and sheriff, and she knew what the hell was going on. They were railroading me, throwing me away, and she said, I'm going to give you reduced misdemeanors. Sign my waiver, no appeals, and you're free to go. I said, thank you. I signed it and I ran. I went 2 aggravated assaults.
I just don't like this idea of like giving like like credit to a judge for being a human being, right?
Yeah.
Like, and let me just tell you something. All you judges and lawyers and law enforcement, you're fucked. Okay, my system is growing. Okay. It's growing leaps and bounds. Everything that you guys have done to people has been done in quiet, right? No one's known your face. My job is to show your face to the world and explain exactly what you have done.
You mentioned Faulkner. You mentioned a Faulkner. I had a lawyer named Fritz Faulkner, the most prominent lawyer in Cold Springs, San Jacinto County. I had a aggravated assault. He laughed. He didn't even open my file.
Back up.
He was appointed.
Back the fuck up. Aggravated assault?
Yeah.
You beat the shit out of somebody?
Yeah. No, I stabbed them.
You stabbed them?
I stabbed them. Yeah.
I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah. So he got appointed mayor. So he was mayor.
They're gonna use this against me. He was appointed mayor. To marry someone who bitch, you stabbed somebody?
I stabbed 2 people, sweetheart. I stabbed the bitch that wouldn't leave me alone. And I stabbed my fiance that jumped in front of me butt ass naked and wanted to tie me up and sodomize me with neckties. Yeah. He also had gotten it. I associate with some bad people. Really.
Like, would you stab him with a pocket knife, a Swiss Army knife? Like, what the?
A paring knife that was sitting on the table that he had brought to. Yeah, I mean, and then I had Fritz Faulkner for a lawyer. Then I had a Steve Cohen for a lawyer. No, honey, they all dumped my case. They dumped my file and they let me go. and Fritz Faulkner's wife actually got shot in her backyard. So he turned my file into the judge. He no longer wanted my case. So then I got Steve Cohen, and I don't know where he disappeared to. And then they sent me Victor Izukawu out of Houston, over 100 miles, a black man, into white supremacy territory.
No.
And he got me. Yeah, he didn't really want to go out to eat. Shit, even the sheriff, San Jacinto County, even the sheriff. Yeah. And he damn near went, the sheriff before him went to prison, and his name was Parker. He went to prison.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
a Jamaican Chinese girlfriend, and over COVID, I drove around all 26 states and 9,000 miles, and people were like, Dave, like, are you okay? You're gonna be like driving through, like, the South, with this black girlfriend. And I'm like, really? This really goes on now? But I guess it still does. But let's get back to you stabbing people.
Not in Cold Springs. You don't do that in Cold Springs. What, sir?
No, I was kidding.
Me
I was
stab?
kidding around and saying, let's get back to you stabbing people.
Oh, yeah. Well, she gave me 2 misdemeanors, honestly, because she knew I was set up. She knew that it was
That's pretty
self-defense.
good, dude. If you're stabbing someone, you get a misdemeanor. I mean, like,
back to back on parole, 2 of them. And she gave me misdemeanors, said, sign my form that you're not going to make an appeal, and give me this waiver and you can leave. I said, thank you. I go into that woman's court and just sit in the pews, and she sent her bailiff out to see what the hell I was doing there. She is a beautiful woman. That is a very wise woman.
you know what?
She
you know
knows
what
what's
I
going
love
on in
about-
Hood County.
You know what I love about this movement, and getting the chance to be able to meet people like you, is like, you're who I want in my foxhole. Like if the shit really hits a fan, and you've got to go to war, I want you in my foxhole, not stabbing me. Like, I have a little bit of concern that I might say something wrong to you one day, and you might stab me, but please don't. I'm only kidding.
Not that way.
No, the bottom line is that, whatever, you're a human, right? You're a human.
Dude, I was in fear for my life, and I had the homicide detective that lived next door telling me, oh, he's going to have to investigate another murder. I thought, nah, not happening. Yeah, that was afterwards, but it was all self-defense. Honest to God, it was self-defense. And then my daughter was sent to state hospital for 2 years. After that, no, it was she got impregnated in Austin State Hospital.
You got this.
Yeah.
All right, so
And they aborted
I
it.
have to continue my uncomfortable conversation. The
Right.
uncomfortable conversation is, I have to advise, as a woman going through this system, even if there is abuse, like even sexual abuse, I hate to say this, but you're better off not mentioning it, right? The one thing that we've seen more than, like, the correlation, and the thing that the AI system that we've developed is going to uncover, is how many times when a woman reports abuse, the amount of time that they lose custody of their kids is like
Absolutely.
96%. It's like 96%. right? Like they immediately believe you're full of shit. They never investigate.
Well, because the woman is usually turning back and going back into the relationship where there is violence, and perhaps the children are considered in harm's way. A lot of times, the woman will return to the relationship, or the man is stalking her. I know, but
I'm really upset with the men in this world, in this movement. Like,
yep,
every one of the gangsters, you, Lynn Stevens, I mean, my whole staff, only Frank Lococo, they're all women. They're all women. Where are the men? Where are the fathers? Okay, where are the fathers? Oh, you don't like that Dave Weigel makes you feel inferior? Tough fucking shit. Okay, I'm
they
the
don't like
fucking
the
general.
women.
I'm the
I think it's
general.
the women.
Okay? I run the
Yeah.
fucking show. Okay.
Amen.
All right. And
Amen.
that is how it is. Okay. And you know what? You know why I run the show? Because I'm willing to give up more than anyone. I'm willing to sacrifice more than anybody else. That's the only reason why I'm in charge. I mean, that and the fact that I'm smarter than 99.99% of humans on the planet. But the real reason, I remember driving up to Ulster County, and I almost turned off like 8 times, saying, Dave, what are you doing? You have kids. You have children, right? Like, they're gonna throw you in jail. They're gonna lose your paperwork. You're gonna lose your hedge funds. You're gonna lose your ability to provide for your children after 9 years in New York City court at $250,000 a year. But you know, I said, you know what? I was like, I feel like I got this. And then I also said, like, I was like, you know what though? But I'm gonna have somebody looking at me and saying, you see this man over here? He's a hero. He's a real American. He stepped up. All right. He had no reason to step up in the way that he did. And the fact that there's so many torture victims in here, like Helen Garber couldn't say thank you. I was like, just say thank you to the Warrior Project. That's it. That's it. But she was too worried about how that would reflect on the feminazis who have been doing this for like umpteen million years and suck. You women suck. You suck at everything. Okay. Everything you've done has failed. And you know what? Don't blame the scoreboard. Okay. Don't blame it's not a male versus female thing. It's not. I mean, look at us here today, right? Could you believe she called me on a Wednesday night, 2 o'clock in the morning? Dave, everybody has abandoned me. No one's showing up to court. They've told me they're going to take my kid. They're going to take my career. They're going to throw me in jail. And I showed up at that court and I stopped the proceedings and I stood in front of that fat fucking bitch. And I told her, I was like, you think you're in Russia? You think you're in China, lady? I was like, the Warrior Project is on you. The Warrior Project is on you. And you had to see these bitches get scared. And these whores have reigned terror in this county. I mean, terror. They're all part of this little like horsey riding, thingy, and that's where they all get together. And this piece of shit attorney, she sends every client's kid to this special therapist who diagnoses them with some fucked up disease and puts them on like antipsychotics, like
Yep.
7-year-olds.
Oh my God.
On an antipsychotic. Why?
Money.
Because it makes total sense. They're they're intoxicated. They just sit there and they're easier to control. Right?
Yeah, but they
But
have
this,
to wipe their ass and clean their urine up because they can't get up and go to the bathroom, and they forget that they have to. They forget their basic skills. They forget how to suck through a straw. They forget how to eat. That's what
but
they do to them.
the bottom line is that this obnoxious approach that we take, okay, changed things. Okay.
Yes.
We brought attention to this attorney. She's knocked out of the system. She's not reigning terror anymore. The judge recused herself the next day. All right. And the new judge came in and upheld her First Amendment right. And she calls up Amy. She's like, what should I say? No, thank yous don't work that way, you dumb fucking cunt. I'm sorry. That's rude. But like this woman called me up and said, Dave, because of you, I'm painting again. And 7 days later, she's shitting on me all over the freaking internet. Because God forbid the feminazis who suck. Every single one of you female groups out there that try to make it a female thing, it's not a female thing. You're just dumb.
Francesca Amati.
Oh, God.
Stan with Meg.
Oh, Stan with fucking retard fucking like TikTok dancer. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, we're going to solve the biggest regulatory fraud of all times by TikTok dancing. Hold on.
Oh, Dave.
So stupid. And the thing is, these people, like, I have their family members like call out to me, and I never wanted to say shit. You know what I mean? I didn't want to hurt, the community. Jessica Saxon's a piece of shit as well.
Oh my God. Talk about fell in the toilet. Yeah. And then ousting Tawana like she did. Oh, he took all the money and he ran off and he's queer. Bitch, are you serious?
All the donations just went to him, huh? Dumb fucking blonde fuck. You retard.
Right.
None of the donations that he spent on transvestite hookers, none of them went to you, Becky. On top of it, I mean, how classless, right? I'm sorry,
right?
But I'm a successful human being. Okay, I opened up this charity because I have the money to do so, right? And I don't charge anything of any victim ever. It is our core principle. We will.
I love my jacket. I love my jacket.
Right, listen, we do sell shit, okay? We sell shit on our thing, and you like your jacket, right?
And I wear it in front of all the lawyers at the AA meeting. And all the lawyers are in the AA meeting along with the judge. Okay.
You,
Yeah.
you're getting
I'm not
noticed.
fucking kidding.
You're getting
It's
noticed with
true.
that. You're getting noticed with that jacket on, babe. You're getting
And I
noticed with
wear the
that.
jacket. Yes, I
You're,
do.
you're getting noticed. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, it's been great. I've been interrupted at dinner 15 times in Europe here with people that recognize me
Oh, wow.
and said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for having the balls to do what needs to be done." And I don't
I
want.
thank you.
Sandra, I don't want. Thank you. I don't. I
Mhm.
really. I don't want. Thank you.
But I
Like
do
it's.
thank you. I
Like,
do thank you. I mean,
I'm.
like, I've looked at everything and I've looked at everyone and I haven't left here. And I'm like, my God, all these other advocacy people are falling apart. And I knew when I found you and just the whole thing that you were on Wall Street and 14 years of fighting. And I'm like, fuck, if this can happen to this man, this is where I need to be. And I thank you.
Well, listen. The reason I stepped up is I sat there. I was like, oh my god, like who is left with any money in this situation whatsoever? No one. Okay. I mean, who's left already? Like, I remember saying to myself, Dave, if you put yourself out publicly, like, there's going to be these retards that are like just shitting on you constantly. Like, do you need this? Do you need this in your life? But the thing was, Sandra, I used to have to walk past this fucking this kid's playground to work every day, and I'd look at these kids. I'd see them run and jump into the father or the mother's arms. They have no idea. No idea these scumbags are out there. I just submitted my 3 to 5 minute video of my torture. And I haven't talked about it before. But it was about me sitting there like 300 yards away. You know, my ex moved out and she moved to like a building down the block or whatever, 300 yards away. And nannies would wake my kids up and put them to bed every night. Every night. And I'd be sitting there 300 yards away. All I wanted to be was a dad. That's it. Just be a dad, you know. And but they fucked up when they fucked with me. Yeah, they fucked up when they fucked with me. Right, like my judge is like she doesn't even like say anything anymore. The attorney that my ex had, this motherfucker used to get $500,000 retainers to work with him, right? And I've knocked him off the planet with this, okay, with this, and we're gonna end it now because this has been a long time. But
Thank you,
take a look.
Dave.
Take a look at the next door hero. Okay, right here, Sandra. Okay, take a look. This is what real American heroes look like. Right?
It,
We're just people trying to do the next right thing. Trying to do the next right thing. Right? We're imperfect people. We're imperfect. Fucking Sandra stabs people, for fuck's sake. All right? Love you for
that was
that.
20 years ago, 2004.
I don't know if that's like an excuse. I
Self-defense.
self-defense. Fine.
Self-defense.
Fine. I
Yeah.
believe that. I still like my story in my mind of you just like running out in a street fight and like freaking like it's like what's that movie The Warriors, right? Like you're out there like stabbing people. Anyway, we're gonna end this here. Sandra, we're gonna have court watchers at your hearing. Okay.
If it comes through.
Yeah. And
So,
and to the people and the family courts are all watching this. They're all watching every inch of this. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to publish your face, motherfuckers. Okay? You fuck with this lady, I am making you famous. I'm making you famous. The global shame machine, it works. It works. Sandra, keep please doing what you're doing, babe.
I'll let Darla know how much you care. I'll let her know. I'll show her your picture and I'll let her know.
I said from the beginning, the Warrior Project will not be done until it's all pictures of Darla jumping into your arms. Darla jumping in your arms. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry what happened to you, baby.
I'm sorry it happened to all of us, but most of all to Darla. I've dealt with the abandonment all my life, but what they've done to Darla, her own family, allowing it, that's disgraceful. And they want me to love them and converse. I can't love them. I can't converse with them because you know what? They've already received their reward. They have already received their reward. I will have my daughter.
I'd like to believe that there are very few bad people in this world, but there's really bad behavior, right? Like your family engaged in bad behavior that was accepted, right? Is accepted. And I'm putting this out to everyone in the world. Like when you hear of someone who sits there and tries to justify like, oh, I'm not letting my child see their parent. No. It's up to you to call that bitch or scumbag out. All right. We have to do this ourselves. We have to do this ourselves. Sandra.
Oh, my baby. She had bruises all over her breast, her arms, her back. And these bitches say, oh, well, that's because she was trying to climb out of the bathtub. Bullshit. You know, I may not be a Wall Street fiduciary, but I'm not that damn stupid.
I can't.
That's in the ICU. That was in the ICU. And they put her back in the same house. They put her back in the same house with the same bitches after it happened. How frickin' ignorant and hillbilly can you be?
Well, to protect a $400 billion business a year, yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. And it's because of losers that, by the way, you CPS workers, I'm fucking you up. I'm fucking you up. It's going to be a whole show of you freaking ridiculous retards that barely graduated high school, and then someone gives you godlike power to remove a child from a loving parent, and you think you're like the cat's meow on this shit? Oh my God, wait till you see the level of humiliation that I'm bringing to your world. Oh God, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be actually funny. Like you fucking morons that barely got a C average in fucking community college, and you're given this opportunity to take children from a mother when you could barely fucking pass fucking English 101 at community college.
And the financial corporations are the ones that are getting paid. They're the ones that CPS is turning over these children to get placement. And they're the ones that are getting over $300 billion a year, while this GED scholar takes our children. They don't get paid. The corporations get paid.
Yeah,
The
but
financial corporation.
the thing I figured out, like my mother's maiden name is Corleone. Okay, so you should
Yeah.
know. I know what I'm talking about. All right,
Right.
what mafia world is like. All right, this is mafia worlds, right? And the corporations, you may be right. You may be right about that. Like in the end, but this is not organized like a real mafia. First of all, the real Italian mafia never fucked with kids. Okay. Number one, they had principles. Okay. So this piece of shit mafia, this bar association lawyer freaking loser mafia that has emerged, right? Yeah, they sit there and they just take and they just think that they're superior people. They actually believe that they're superior people, and to like bring them back down to ground and let them know and let the world know when we put your faces and your names up. And believe you me, everyone in the world is watching this thing now. Everything.
Don't let them in your door. I think you just
Everyone.
don't let them in.
Everyone is watching it. No. News flash. If CPS ever shows up at your door, shut the fucking door. Okay?
Amen.
These people have no fucking power whatsoever. Shut the door on their face. Okay? And don't answer the phone. Don't do anything. Don't comply. They're not your friend. They're not human beings. They're not anyone that's going to do anything good at any point in time. Okay. There are good CPS workers there. I had one. She quit the industry because of what she saw happening to me. She was a young girl, she just came into it, right? There's new people that are like coming in. Anyone that's been in CPS for more than 5 years is a piece of dog shit. A piece of dog shit human being.
Sorry,
Okay?
Katrina. Yeah. Love you, Dave.
All
Love
right.
Cindy too.
All right.
Love Cindy too.
Love you.
Sleep well,
Bye-bye.
Dave. Sleep well, Cindy.
Bye-bye. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. here. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh.
We are the